I'm here outside the Etihad Stadium, and I'm sure they're all in there scrambling, dealing with these FFP allegations, getting the top lawyers ready. Apparently they've hired Boris Johnson's lawyer to get on the case and get them out of this. It is a crazy situation. I'm going to talk a bit more about that in a bit. But stories are coming out that West Ham are using the sale of Jack Grealish from Aston Villa to Man City as a benchmark for how much they are looking for Declan Rice, which backs up what David Moyes said, is that he feels that Declan Rice will be a record transfer fee for an English player when he goes, the record being Jack Grealish for 100 million. I look at Grealish and you could probably call him a flop at Man City. Declan Rice, I think, would be quality in any team he goes to. And I've seen people say, oh, well, you know, because Grealish hasn't worked out and he's gone for 100 million, that's sort of going to put clubs off of spending that money, because why would you spend that money on a player when it's such a big risk? But I think the issue with Grealish is at Villa, he was the main man and he was playing for a club that teams weren't parking the bus against Aston Villa. He was given so much time on the ball, so much space, that he's not getting at Man City, because teams fear Man City. Teams will play in a low block. Teams will park the bus against Man City and try and frustrate, and he's having a hard time dealing with that. So, you know, that's, I think, a big reason why he's flopped. He's not the main man. Everything's not going through Grealish at Man City like it was in Aston Villa. So I think with Rice, I think you put him in any team in the league and he's comfortable and he's just as good. And another thing, the difference is, you look at Rice. Rice is one of the first names on the team sheet for England. He is starting every single game. You can't say that about Grealish. Grealish isn't a guaranteed starter. Declan Rice is for England, and is great defensively, offers you everything that you want in a defensive midfielder if you want him to just, you know, sit and protect the back line. But he's also improving constantly with his, you know, progressive play, his passing range, you know, his ability to carry the ball, his shooting, his goal scoring. He's adding more of that, and he's doing it in a team that hasn't got massive resources. So imagine what you can do with top quality players around him. And I'm not here trying to say I want Declan Rice to stay, but I'm justifying why we should get so much for Declan Rice. He has all of these qualities, and he's also, you know, become a big name. He's a popular player, and he will be a shirt seller. So he absolutely has to be a record English transfer fee. Look at Maguire, you know, £80 million. You know, Rice is not going to be a flop like that. Look, Enzo Fernandez, 120 million euros. We have a strong position in this. You know, we've got him on, they say a year, everyone keeps saying he's only got 1 year left in his contract. We've got an option for another year, which will obviously take that other year. So effectively, you might as well call it 2 years. And there's going to be a bidding war. Clubs will want him. It's not going to be just one club and we take the first offer. There's a bidding war. So the price, I'm telling you, it's going to be high. You know, Man City, they could have been an option. I think they're, you know what, they might splash like crazy while this FFP is going on, just to try and, because if they get a transfer ban in ahead of time, they will make sure they're covered before that. It's a shame, I think, for Man City. I think out of all the clubs in the Sky Sports 6, the Money 6, the Greedy 6, you know, they're the ones I like the most. I just find their fans, even though they have essentially won the lottery, their fans haven't really been insufferable about it. Their fans have been, you know, don't find their fans to be that, you know, problematic or that insufferable, that annoying. So it's a shame it's happening to this fan base, because I think they are quite good fans and they've benefited from it, but I don't take any pleasure in their downfall like I would with some other clubs. Man City are confident they can fight it. We'll see how that goes and how it affects the other clubs if they do get relegated, how that happens. Obviously, we had the whole Tevez saga in our time where we obviously had Tevez, but it was a third-party ownership, so which wasn't allowed. And you know, Sheffield United argued that if we didn't have Tevez, they wouldn't have got relegated and we would. So they sued us. How much of that, if Man City get found guilty, how many clubs are going to be
trying to come for them and suing them, going, well, if you didn't have all this extra players that you bought illegally, we wouldn't have got relegated, or we would have, like West Ham, like, could we have made Champions League? All this, there's going to be all these questions. But it's going to be a long, drawn out process, and it just shows now it's not going to be so easy for clubs to just get new mega money owners and pump money in. They're really cracking down on it, and in a way, they're kind of, I think it's a way of protecting their favourite clubs in a way, and keeping Man United and Arsenal and Chelsea and Liverpool up there, because Chelsea have been getting away with it themselves, and when are they going to get investigated? But we'll see. Let us know what you think. But Declan Rice, how much should we be looking for Declan Rice in the summer?